Hey guys, KTV here. It's another restoration video, well, restoration tutorial more. So a lot of you probably have these boxes, they're Sky HD, and as you know with a subscription, they're absolutely no use once you've cancelled your Sky subscription. However, they do have a free computer hard drive in. I've done two already, so I've got two Seagate 500GB hard drives out of them. Now this is one I've got on Facebook Marketplace, advertised as free. It's a Sky HD box. It probably has its viewing card in as well. Oh no, this one doesn't. Oh well, whatever. However, it has its viewing card in, but some do, some don't, it depends. However, that's not the point because none of this matters. I don't even know if this box works. Oh yes, this box does work, but yeah. You can actually hear a hard drive spin up in there. You also get free them IEC power leads that can power a variety of things these days, so you get them for free. Of course your fuse should be a 3 amp, which in this case it is, so there's no problem with that. The Sky HD remotes, sometimes you get AA batteries out of them free. They're not full, but sometimes you don't. It's just betting on whatever's in there. The batteries are about 1.6, no, about 1.2, 1.3 volts, sometimes 1.4 if you're lucky. However, they can be used for more than you think, so you can repurpose these batteries as well. As long as you don't make some new ones, you can repurpose them as well. However, we're focusing on the Skybox. How do we get it apart? Let's do that next. Oh hey, didn't see you there. So what are we up to? We're taking all the obvious screws out the Sky Q box and Sky HD box. You need to start at the back, and you need to also get the stupid little ones that here. There's little ones that hold in the HDMI port. You'll see why later. Store a little box in here so you can keep all your free screws on top of there. So you take the SCART cables out, you take everything, that one was holding in the SCART. You take your side box one out, and then there's one hidden there on the actual, whatever that link's called, the old optical cable thing. There's a stupid plastic cover, whether you've also got another screw. So where do we go from here? Now you can't really go far yet, because if you look at your satellite cables, you notice there's a thing like a nut in a washer. If I zoom down at that, you can see there you have like a nut and a washer on them. I think you get about one nut and about two washers on these, so you have two pairs of each. So you'll have 4 washers, 2 sets of nuts. So you do that with a pair of pliers, just a small pair of pliers. You take this out, the nut comes out, you throw it in your pot, and then you've got 2 washers behind you. And then you repeat for this side. There you go, so that's that out. We're not done yet, because if you notice on the service port, it looks like a VGA, but it's a service port. You also have some here. Now I don't know exactly what these things are in terms of using them. Oh god, there you go. So you take that out there, then you have these, whatever these weird screws are. They're free, so you can't complain. Throw them in your pot. Now let's go on to step 2. So we've removed the back panel. Now let's go on to step 2. Okay, so for step 2, you have all your screws done there. The box is pretty much apart. However, you have some plastic tabs down here, which do come out. I think you have to. Oh god, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There you go. So to get the plastic case off, you kind of have to move it away from the housing. I tend to snap these because I'm not using this box again. So for me to break these, it doesn't actually matter. There you go. So the side panel's off on one side. That's side panel gone. Remember to recycle that. Now your two side panels are gone, you're left with the front one. So if you have a look, you have some here hidden away next to the Sky warranty thing. Now that screwdriver isn't long enough, so I'll be right back. Okay, so if that wasn't long enough, as we know, you come down here. I have a screwdriver which is well out of the camera's view. However, we can get them screws out nicely now. They're not that long, although it's a deep hole, they really ain't that long at all. So, we do the same for the other side. There you go. And there's screw 2. Now it should come free like a chassis. It might take a little bit of persuading. However, you've got to try and... Whoa, there you go. It's broken, but okay. The idea is to get these things out. I'm only using this, I'm not using this thing again, so I'll actually cut the plastic. Well, there you go. Or bend it back. Now that we've released that, you do also have some on the top, which despite the amount of times I do it, I kind of forget. Now the ones on the top, you just have to, I tend to get them down there and cut them, because they're not important to me, because as I said, the box isn't being used, and if you follow this then your box wouldn't be used. So there you go. You should give it a bit of persuading, but not too much so you break. There you go. There you go. Now you have a Sky HD skeleton. Let's move on to part 3. Okay, so we have our Sky HD skeleton. Now let's focus on the simple bits first. So we have these here. You have to get these tabs. They're small metal tabs, and you have to bend them in a way. They have like locator slims, and you have to get them in line. That one at the back. You can snap them multiple times, and then your board, there's no screws holding this one in. After a little bit of persuading, your board comes out, and then you have yourself a circuit board full of buttons, which you could use. You could unsolder them and use them for projects. You have a few, don't know if they're diodes or resistors, but okay. Same with the wireless receiver. Now if you can't unplug that, you just cut them out, because they're not really. Then you unplug that from the circuit board, and on this one it's plastic, so you can just snap it. There you go. You got yourself a little, I wouldn't know how to use it, however it's a Wi-Fi extender circuit board. So we have that out of the way. The plastic bracket, you don't need that, you don't have to worry. And we have the front plate, and with the front plate it's the same thing. So you get your things, your locator tabs, there's more of them. You have to get them as straight as you can. You've also got some LEDs on here which you can unsolder for an electronics project, and this one's from 2012 because it says copyright 2012. Okay, it's come up there, but it hasn't come up there, so just double check your metal tabs, and if it comes to it, twist your pliers back and you snap them off completely. Get your pliers firmly in there. There you go, and then they snap off, and then you can unplug that connector. You've got yourself some buttons, some LEDs. Get your soldering iron, unsolder them, use them in something else. You've got an IR receiver, and your LEDs, which can easily be unsoldered and reused on something. So let's focus on the skeleton. You can put these cables inside the box if it makes it easier for you. So now we've got a clearer box. Now if we come to the side, we also have a fan in here. So if we do the same thing, this gives you a small 12 volt fan, which, as you know, 12 volts is a very nominal voltage. So you can use it for quite a lot of stuff. There you go. And same thing with the skeleton. You have to pull these tabs, you look around the box for them. Oh god. I prefer to bend these out of the way because these ones can be very inconspicuous to do. So if you snap these completely, then they won't be an issue. There you go, you're already getting in. There you go, they're completely out of the way. Now there will be some more. You just have to look at it. Nope, there's on the front you've got someone on the back. Let's try getting, oh no, I've got some there. That there to the, God. Let's get the good old flathead out now, because I feel I've done them. I might not have done if this works smoothly. Oh yep, you've got some there which you can eject with a flathead screwdriver. There you go. I think you can do it on the bottom as well. Yep, you have the same things on the bottom. Same design. There you go, same design. Press and pull. And they're on the sides as well. Both sides. There you go. And it will be the same over here. There's another one. That's your front, that's your back panel gone. And the top should quite easily lever up. There you go. Now you're inside. Now let's move on to part 3, the electronics. Okay, so here we are on part 3, the electronics. So there is a lot in here. One thing that I will note, at the front of the machine, which holds in your treasure, the hard drive, you have to undo 2 more screws, so you get 2 more free screws. Oh, 3, because there's one in that plastic tub as well. So undo them before we start inside. You can keep that thing, it's a matter of choice. Might be handy for something, you never know. So here we are inside the Sky HD box. Now it all looks pretty scary, but it's really not. You look at your cables, you unplug your SATA cable, and you have these zip ties holding them in. So very carefully get a pair of side cutters, cut them out the way first. You want to do all the smooth stuff before advanced. Unplug that Molex cable from the board, leave it in your hard drive for now. So that's all been tucked out the way. Now your fan, you've got a good fan there, Sun On, that's quite a good name. So you've got a 12 volt DC fan, you can hook that to a 9 volt battery and make like a summertime cooler or whatever. However, we have screws on the top circuit board, which you have to undo from into your free thing. And there's one screw holding it in. What is there? Let's take out this CPU thing as well. It's not really a CPU, I don't think. I think it's just some silly processor. Right, cables, lay them aside. You've got a connector down here. So the way you release that is gently wiggle it like this, and it comes up from the connections in the board below. You've got yourself USBs on there, capacitors. You've got a lot of connectors on there, which are handy. That's good. Now we've got that out of the way, we're going to focus on the lower circuit board. So as we can see, to get you a more wider view, to get the lower circuit board out, you have one screw there, which removes like so, and you have, I think there was another screw in there, over here, and as you can see, I don't think you can pull it out yet. Nope. You have, if you look over here, you've got more metal tabs, so you pull them back, there you go, that's your Sky circuit board. Now that's the end of the tutorial. Nope, joking guys. So here we are on the main treasure, the hard drive. Now you can see this thing is held in like a computer. So you have a screw down here, which you could take out and put in your box. And you also have one here, which holds the hard drive in like a computer. This will go into a computer's desktop without a problem, because it literally is the same thing. Now as for this, you just give it, there's another screw there, a little bit of persuasion, and it will come out the bracket. There you go. And to get this one out, it's just glued on, and there you go. That's your treasure, that is. So you have a Seagate, in this case, video hard drive. I think the other one's a bit different. Get it out of the way. Seagate hard drive, 500GB, and the other one was a pipeline. So they are different styles, but they are also the same thing. You can put them into a computer. You can even see Windows XP, Windows 7. So these are good drives, and apparently they are in good condition as well. You have to wipe them with Windows before using them, but you can put them in a computer and use them. They're absolutely free. Coming out of junk, they're absolutely free. And not to mention, that can go down to the metal man, and the plastic can be recycled. The SATA cable can be reused. That Molex cable can be reused. So overall, it's a win-win. So I hope you like this video, and bye guys.